Hi everyone, Kenfinity here, and here's my review of Life Size, directed by Mark Rosen. I'm sorry, Mark Rossman, starring Lindsay Lohan, Tyra Banks, Jerry Burns, Anne Marie DeLuise, Garwin Sanford, Tom Butler, Jillian Fargy, DJ Jackson, Corinne Coleslaw, Alf Humphreys, Carrie Carrie Sandosti, Sandunsky, Sandun Erskeet. I'm sorry, Sandun Erskeet. Skeet and Skeet. Erstai. I'm sorry, Sandun. Yep, Carrie Sandun Erstai. That's oh yeah, Jessica Lee Owen. I'm sorry, Lee Owens. Chantal Strand, Laurie Murdoch, Candice Connelly, Alvin Sanders, Ryan DeBoer, Leslie Ewan, and Caitlin Burke. Great cast, really is. And this film is about this doll that's been very popular for a long time, right? But it's not really as popular anymore, right? Not as many girls are buying it. It's a little bit, not really outdated per se, but it's not as many girls like it anymore. It's called Eve. And, and we see that, this toy store is not getting as much business they used to. And then we meet the young named Casey who plays football. He likes football. And her dad is really busy. Has to work. Their dad's name is Ben. And he's a lawyer, he's really busy. And he wants to make it to her games anyway. He's been so busy. And after her mom passed away, she's kind of pushed people off a little bit, and really wants her back. And Ben, he makes an effort since Casey's birthday weekend, spend more time with her. And a friend of his who works at his firm, he has two really good friends, and her name is Drew, this nice lady, comes over to her house, and she brings Casey, an Eve doll. And Casey doesn't really think much about it. And Casey's been trying to figure out a way to bring her mom back to life, so she finds this magic book, Striker, and a little bit after they have her parties, not the house, that's all. She starts this ceremony to bring her mom back to life. She has that piece of her mom's hair she had from her brush stuff. She had to say these magic words. But Drew came in, what Casey was doing, and she let Casey's trophy style. She actually knocked down some of the trophies, and so Eve got mixed in there, but then Casey mixed it back up. Cleaned it back up, but it was still mixed in there. So Casey did the spell, and nothing happened that night. So went to sleep, but then the next day, Eve came to life, and she's leaving what? Who is this? And Eve was just she sees her purse is tiny, she can move her arms and everything, and what's going on? And of course, Casey's breaking out, and then she realized, I need to take her to that bookstore. So because in the book that she got, that's volume 1, right? That magic book, and then the way to reverse the spell was in book volume 2. But she's supposed to be spending the day with her dad, Ben. He's blocked off the whole day to spend time with her, and he knocks on the door, Casey, ready? And he's like, who's that? And he's like, what? Who's that? No, blocked off, so I'm just go to the store for now, anything. He's like, how about a banana split? And Ben's like, what? And he's like, just split, don't need anything. And so Casey and Eve go back to the bookstore, and she has Eve go in, and she's over there. And then also, because she took that book, she wasn't supposed to take it. The way that she took it, stole, She just wanted the bookstore owner to see her. So Eve goes in. But then the bookstore owner tells Eve how, little girl, he took the first book. Like, oh, I know her. So he takes the sword out to get into see Casey. So he's like, come on, like stop, call the police, get that book back. He runs out into the street. There's a truck going, and then Ben goes back to the house and sees Casey's not there, so he goes out too, and he sees her as she's running into the street. And she trips over, and this truck is coming kind of fast. But then Eve gets in the way because, Eve has many different jobs because Eve's supposed to be like the perfect doll. She lives in this town called Sunnyvale, and she's supposed to be like the best doll ever, So she stands for this car, and Ben, can't believe it's happening. Wants to, repay Eve, but Casey was like, "What are you doing?" But Ben has to know, of course. They use the doll. They go to the mall so that Eve can get some things she needs because she doesn't know she's gonna stay. And Ben just takes, she's just down on her luck. She doesn't know, of course. Takes her out to eat and everything, and then have her to stay at their guest house. That used to be Casey's mom's old studio. And then Ben helps Eve get a job because he says she's a great secretary because she's like pretty any job, right? Technically, the doll. But he goes to the firm, and she deletes some things. She's not good with this kind of information. Have to. And the lady who works there with the office and everything, like office manager, like, what are you doing? But, Eve, helps her out, gives her makeover. And Eve meets another one of Ben's friends named Rick. It's really nice to her. And they go to a company party together. But then Eve wants to be with Ben again, like at the party already. Back home, and Casey can't believe that they can know each other better. But then later, Eve comes to Casey's practices. Things are going so well, and they start getting to know each other because the next day Eve is one to cook for them, but she doesn't have her magic cookbook. She has this one cookbook. It's in the set. I was trying to just improvise, but it sets it on fire. And so they bond over that because Casey gets fire extinguisher. Like, look at your face. I mean, I can't believe that they bond over that. They clean each other up. They start becoming friends, understand each other. Like, literally a doll. And, Casey is, is beautiful as a girl, and, should let us show some wall play football and everything. And Eve can do so many more things. She doesn't have to just be pretty face. She can be smart, intelligent, and everything. You don't have to do everything. No one's perfect at everything. It's like really understanding each other. And just as they understand each other, turns out the Eve doll is going to be discontinued. So, yeah, this is not doing well. So, but, Casey sees that they're friends now. Because Eve sees it on the TV, but Casey comes in right after the news report is over. Well, I think they're still talking about it a little bit, but they're not talking about it as much. So she goes out for the day, for the game. And then Ben was real busy at work, but he makes it to Casey's, biggest game of the season. And Eve is just going out to the store. She went back to the bookstore and got volume 2. Put out the spell and everything to reverse back. And she makes the Casey's game. At the game, Casey's so glad that Ben made it. Oh, that Eve made it too. And but so happens at the game, and it really brings Ben and Casey together, and they talk about, their feelings and everything. And Eve cries for the first time. And Eve goes back to, the headquarters of where the doll is made, Marathon Toys. The company makes Eve. And so goes back there, and she's about to burst the spell. Ben and Casey come and stop her, but tell them how to go. And then Ben finds out Eve is a doll. I can't believe it, because all the Eve dolls have the serial number on the bottom of their foot. So she was out of been like, he cannot believe it. So she turns back. Ben and Casey are closer together than ever, and Casey, started liking more girly things. There's like more girly things again. It's more open. The big way, girls used to have fun with. Oh yeah, Ben and Drew, they become more friends. It was really well done. My friend tell you, he was just back in Sunnyvale and it's great. Oh yeah, it was really well done. Oh yeah, it was really cool seeing how, even though it's in this complete made up world, right? was just nice to everyone. Sense was in the middle, fictional and everything. And Casey learned, how to have more fun, and everything again like he used to. It was good. It was really good. It was literally just a really good, coming of age story, a really good bonding story for a family. Something happened to you, you want to bond after a tragedy. I thought it was really good. It was really fun. Like this, supernaturally afternoon and brings us together. Oh yeah, it was really like this above average thing happens to. It was really well done. It was fun. I would have liked to see a little more of Casey, seeing the upside of Eve, being, fashion and fashionista and everything, like Smiley, a little bit more of that. But you really see how they understand each other more. Eve realizing that not everything is perfect, more. And Ben seeing like Eve is not like a regular person, right? It's more of that dynamic, but you get a lot of it. It's really well done. Like more of like how important it is for the spell and everything, but you see important it's great. It's just fun. It's really fun. That's what's so wonderful. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. And these videos last Infinity.